we'll have this discussion.
Discussion? What discussion?
This is a discussion. Combustion.
Coming to you from Denver, Colorado, this is Discussion Combustion Podcast with your hosts, Kevin Batstone and Arthur Raw.
Welcome back, DCPC friends and family. And thanks for tuning in. You know, there's a lot of podcasts out there and a lot of entertainment, and we really appreciate you choosing us. Sit down with, bring us into your living rooms week after week.
Maybe you crack a beer with us.
Maybe you crack a beer with us.
Maybe you have a little sippy.
But there's a lot of options out there, man.
Maybe you have a little smoky.
Whatever you do, we just appreciate you doing it with us. And we appreciate your time spent with us week in and week out. And we're back with you guys. It's 2021. We got episode 84. Cody's in the building. We got Cody with us tonight. It's going to be a fun show. Last minute adjustments, man. You know, this is kind of the world we live in now. Things are unexpected. Things come at us at a rapid pace. We had to move some things around. Cody was available. He's going to be sitting down with us tonight.
The clutch.
Yeah, we got to, call an audible, right? We're heading into the playoffs here. Let's talk football. We'll get into that later. But I want to tell you is this, man. If you're looking to get outdoors, if you're looking to make lifelong friendships, have some great times here in the beautiful state of Colorado, there's only one place to go. And that's Wild Outdoor Adventures, WOAMEET.com.
You guys already know the spiel. We love this company. We love what they do. We love what they support. And most importantly, we love how they bring people together. Wild Outdoor Adventures is a Colorado company. So if you're passing through the state or you're interested in talking with people in this state, if coming through, you want to see what hikes are hot, you want to see what activities are the best ones for what your needs are, then start a blog on their website. People will respond. They'll answer your questions. It's a online community that brings people outdoors. You could sign up at no charge. A lot of the activities are also no charge, unless if there's equipment rentals or fees for things of that nature. So definitely go check it out, guys. It's a great place. It's easy to use. Hope for teens, hope for vets, entrepreneurs. This is the spot to go.
It's a beautiful place, man. Free and easy to use website. Social media platforms across the board. Check out some of these hikes on YouTube. If you're a little apprehensive. Everything's available. You can see what's going on before you even do it. WA is constantly innovating, bringing people together. Like Art said, hope for teens, hope for veterans, hope for singles. The mission statement is very clear. It's to bring people together, get them away from the daily hustle and bustle, get them outdoors and see the Colorado lifestyle. It's beautiful. I love being a part of it.
Nothing's going to make you feel more fulfilled than expelling energy outdoors while taking in fresh Colorado air into your lungs and experiencing the world. That's one thing that we've all gotten too far away from in this modern world of technology, screens in our palms, and everything instantly accessed. We need to step away from that. Of course, you're going to visit a screen to check it all out, but then after you put in that work, you're going to be able to go experience this beautiful world like our grandfathers did.
That's beautifully put right there. Check them out, guys. Free and easy use. Doesn't cost you anything but your time. You're going to meet some great people. You're going to have a lot of fun along the way, and that's less dreaming and a whole lot of exploring.
Discussion Combustion is also brought to you by Made CBD. For all your crystal clear active CBD products, make sure to go to mountainmade.life.
Stock it up, guys. They're ripping tater chipping. 2021 is here. That new year, new me. You're trying to better yourself. We got medicine. We got things to do. Build, boost, recover, puff, combat. CBD for your dogs. They have it covered, guys. They're constantly tweaking their products and making it better. Auto pay, auto ship. Go on there, set it up. Get a discount when you do that. You bundle and save. Just like anything else you do monthly. Add your CBD needs over there.
Mountainmade.life, and that's hashtag go like hell.
Go like hell, baby. And let's jump into this thing. It's episode 84.
84 of these, and we got Cody coming through clutch.
That's right, man. I had to pull some strings, but, happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah.
I know, you were your first time hearing of Discussion Combustion, so that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've sat down with someone that has no idea about our podcast, so this should be a lot of fun. You got your rum and cokes.
Sure do.
You're ready to rip tater chips. So, Cody, let me ask you this: you're from Colorado originally?
Yep, sure am. I grew up in Aurora.
Okay.
Nice.
Born in Aurora.
I'm a local as well.
Okay.
We're
nice.
rare nowadays.
You guys are rare.
All the
Definitely,
implants.
I always feel like the outcast now. I'm the transplant. I came here in 07 from New Hampshire, so.
Sure.
But Colorado's great people, man.
Hey, so I'm with a woman who came from the east side.
Oh, that's right,
so,
huh?
Yeah, it's quite all right with me. I suppose.
Okay, so yeah,
more love for everybody. Except the traffic on the road.
Yeah. Well, everyone wants to come to Colorado. This is a spot to be. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
The weather's great most of the time. The marijuana thing kind of brought people here back in 2014. When that first became.
Yeah. sorry to cut you short, but growing up in Colorado,
Yeah.
like we used to like have to find it like it was very taboo. Like you'd be calling people, hey, can you meet at this gas station? No, that's too public, let's not
Yeah.
meet there. Or like, it was super sketch, had to walk around,
You get in some weird situations.
Exactly,
yes.
exactly. And I felt like kind of a dirty person trying to get weed.
Yeah.
And then what was it? 2014, the medical.
Well, so
happened?
yeah, it was voted on.
Yeah, it started.
Is that what happened, dude? 2014 was
Changed the
the
game.
year of magnificent. Dude,
That was the Wild West back then.
I mean, how
guys.
awesome was it though? Like that
Changed the game.
finally we were able to.
Ground zero, man. You
Yeah.
know, definitely. It felt good.
I'll never forget that day, man. I remember in 2012, it was during the election season that year when Obama won re-election. That was when, was it Amendment 64? I think that's what it was.
that
for,
sounds right.
Was
That's the
on
one.
the ballot for Colorado. It passed, and everyone here went nuts. But it also it said the first recreational sale couldn't take place until January 1, 2014.
Okay.
And I remember we were one of the first couple hundred people in line. I waited in line for 4 hours that day on
See,
January
I
1,
was still
2014.
underage at
Oh,
that
okay.
point. Yeah.
I had to
So,
be there. I was a part of it, man.
Yeah.
It was incredible to see.
Yeah. No, I'm sure it was, man. I'm happy to have been born in a place where they're kind of open with drug policy. Definitely more open than a lot of other states, I guess. Not what was that one that legalized everything recently? Oregon. Was
Yeah,
the one.
Oregon pretty much decriminalized it. Like,
Yeah.
look, and you know what? As a libertarian, I've always spoke on this. I don't feel like, it's tough to put. A lot of people look at me and they say, "Well, you're nuts to think you can legalize everything, right?" But I think you can do it within reason. I said this on episode 1 of this show about prostitution. I think that should be legal. I think it's nonsense to sit here and incarcerate people for a personal choice. I believe in personal freedom and liberty, and one way to do that is to make those things. I'm not saying go nuts and have a field day with it, right? We still have to regulate it.
Yeah.
When you get rid of the black market.
You get rid of the black market. I think it's a
When that
safer thing to
happens.
do.
Yeah.
Look how we've done it with marijuana. I think it can be done.
Yeah, I think it has its benefits, legalizing most all drugs. I'm not advocating, the super hard shit, obviously, but I think there's data somewhere about it being cuts down on crime and less poverty in a lot of places, because a lot of people go to drug addiction due to lack of income.
Sure.
I've definitely had drug addiction affect my life. Not, I've never really, I guess I get a little irritated when I haven't smoked weed, but I've never been addicted to a drug. But I've definitely had family that have had to have their serious problems with that
Sure.
sort of thing, for sure.
Yeah, and addiction, that's going to be a part of our civilization and humanity forever, I feel like.
Yeah.
Addiction's something that you're never going to get rid of it. It's a chemical situation, and it doesn't even need to be drugs or alcohol. It's pornography. It's whatever.
Shopping.
Whatever adrenaline, dopamine release. People are addicted to Amazon
No,
shopping.
yeah, addiction is in human nature by far. I believe it. I think the theory or the philosophy, a lot of people go through rehab. It's like, you shouldn't be addicted to anything, and it's like, that's not possible. People get addicted to exercise or eating.
Yeah,
or,
even if it's a healthy addiction, like you're still
Yes.
craving it, you're still
It's the
wanting
dopamine
it.
release.
Exactly.
Right now I'm kind of addicted to having a healthier lifestyle, and so I've been drinking less, I've been snacking less. Like I used to just, because I smoke, I smoke 24/7.
Get the munchies.
And so I'll be snacking all night and like be super full when I go to sleep, and then I gotta poop ridiculous the next day. Like, so I'm trying to ease it all up, and I'm kind of addicted to that feeling of I'm feeling healthier. Like I feel like I'm more productive, more motivated, and that is something that I want to keep chasing. So regardless of what, so addiction is fine, but it's like in moderation with things, and to be aware of what it actually is that's scratching that dopamine receptor of yours.
Sure.
And maybe just treat it a little nicer. Let's not go too hard. And so yeah, I was gonna challenge myself to do dry January. I did drink less January, so I've been drinking a lot.
I haven't
less.
heard of dry January, just the October.
It's over
Yeah.
October, yeah.
Yeah, I was doing that personally. So that's been nice. But one thing that I kind of want to talk to you guys about, see your thoughts on this, was I rewatched the minimalism thing on Netflix.
Yeah, I've watched that.
Yeah, I watched that the other night, in fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually really inspiring. Just like some of the things that they said, like, what is your definition of success? And then also, like, personal items, you know, those don't hold the memories we do. So it's like, why are we so attached to things? And so I've taken it upon myself to do that challenge where I'm throwing away like
the one thing a day.
Yeah, the one thing a day.
But then it's 2 things on day 2, 3 things on day 3, all the way.
Oh, is that how?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get rid of one thing a day. I've done a couple things.
But it could be something simple like a spoon.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever.
Sure.
What do you think about that?
Well, no, during my move, you know, these last couple of days.
Good opportunity to get rid of shit.
Exactly, man. I'm like, I literally haven't touched this box since my last move. So what the fuck am I keeping it
donate
for?
it.
Exactly.
You know, it's like we got rid of a lot of shit and we still got twice as much shit as I thought we had. You know, like
Dude, that's why I hate moving. I hate it because you see all this shit, you know, it just pops up, and people are tied to shit. I learned that early on when I, you know, watched Hoarders. I used to hate that show. It's like, why are we glorifying people with messy
Can't stop
houses?
looking at it. My girlfriend, she's like, "You're fucking weird. You can't watch that shit." And I'm just like, I like it. It shows me I got it together a little bit.
Yeah. And that's why it's
so successful. Is because people can see it. They're like, okay, at least I'm not that bad. Like watching Intervention, when I see some of these raging alcoholics, I'm like, well, at least I'm not that bad.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of puts the mind at ease a little bit. But the fact remains, we hold on to shit. You know, that's what it is. We become accustomed to it, whether it's rat packing the box that your TV came in, it's stuffed in the garage somewhere,
right?
Or just junk. I mean, I've had shit piled into my store closet at my apartment for the last 4 years that I put there when I moved in, and I haven't touched it since.
Dude,
exactly.
I don't need it.
Just get rid of it. You should do what the second guy did, and do like how he packed up his whole life and then gave it 3 weeks, and if he didn't unpack that box, then it was gone.
That's a good way to get into it.
You
ease yourself into it, yeah.
You already got it packed.
That chick on there that had like a bag of waste like every week or whatever. I was like, that's a hard one. I don't know if I could do that. She's a little hardcore for me.
Wait, what was she doing exactly?
Dude, she had like literally a Ziploc bag about yay big of waste every week. That's all she had.
Human?
That was her. No, like all of the waste she would go through, you know, straws, trash, whatever, you know, she would just use things that she could rewash, you know, she would go the extra mile to make sure nothing got thrown into the garbage, basically. Like that wasn't biodegradable or whatever. And I was like, Jesus. Like,
I mean, I kind of respect, you see these
commitment,
these landfills and stuff though, like, and like all of us have an impact. Like we all use the trash. It all goes somewhere. And, you know, a lot of it goes into the oceans too. And it's like, you know, so if humanity as a whole doesn't have to go that extreme, but at least like makes a conscious effort to try to be a little less wasteful, you know, it could go a long way. But right now I'm planning on continuing to get rid of stuff. I got a big old bag that I'm putting like nice clothes in, Bronco hats that I've never worn.
Or what are you going to do with it though? Are you going to take it to like
Goodwill or something?
Arc or Goodwill?
You know, and give it away.
Yeah.
Give
See,
it
that's
back.
the next step. I'm too lazy to do that.
See, that's the problem I'm running into.
Yeah, you're like, I just got the shit. I'm gonna give it away sometime, and you're like,
because if you throw it in the trash, then what good is that? You know, so maybe
it feels terrible.
Give it back. You know, because just because I don't want it, I don't need it, doesn't mean it's not nice.
One man's junk's another man's treasure, kind of thing. I get all that. I think for me, I don't know. I'm very, when I'm in the zone, I'm like, let me just get rid of this shit. There's a dumpster downstairs. I'll just throw it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's easier than me driving it to a donations place.
But it's like a 5-minute drive for you.
Could somebody use it? Of course. But I'm just saying, it's more beneficial to me and easier, you know, being a lazy fuck. You know, I mean, I try not to be lazy, but in those situations, I'll pay for convenience.
In a pinch, during a move, I've definitely thrown some shit away I probably shouldn't have.
I'll tell you this, dude. When I moved out of my last house, before I moved into my apartment I'm in now, I ordered a roll-off dumpster, and I was chucking shit in there with a fucking vengeance.
Yeah.
You know, I was fired up over some of the stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
just like get rid of it.
Just throwing it in there.
What
Fuck
was the
this.
thing you were the most mad at? Throw it away.
I don't know if it was mad at the inanimate object. It was just the art of like, fuck this, you know, like an old stereo or some piece of shit that I've been lugging around.
Yeah, who cares about this?
Just get rid of it. You know, get rid of it. Could I take it somewhere and it could serve another purpose? Probably. Yeah. And I probably should do that, guys. Honestly, I'm not.
Yeah, no, I'm all on this. Like, I'm on it, man. I want to do it. I want to declutter my life because I got clothes that I haven't worn in years. Like, I got a stereo that's been in a box for years that I could get rid of. Like, there's so many things that I'm holding on to. It's like, why?
Keep moving all this junk from place to place. I mean, you're going through Move right now, and I'm sure you're seeing it front and center. You're like, man, I haven't touched this in years.
That's exactly
why are we lugging this around? I'm in that mindset now. If there's something that's been in the fridge for too long in a Tupperware container, I'll tell you this, Cody. I'll throw it in the trash and buy a new fucking Tupperware the next day.
Away your Tupperware?
Bro,
I'm done with
I've done some sick shit. Like, you don't even want to know. Like,
we do want it.
Back in our first apartment, God, we got so lazy with the dishes one time. You know, you let that cereal bowl sit for like 2 weeks, and you're just like, this isn't worth washing anymore, and you fucking just toss it, man. You're just, I've tossed more than one dish on account of my laziness to not want to do dishes, you know, and I'm not proud of that. I've grown. It's been a long time.
Sure.
It's
You got to go through the rough patch to realize how lazy you are actually being. Like,
and then when you miss that bowl too, man, you're like, fuck, that was a good cereal.
If only I'd washed that thing. Yeah.
that'd be a good one to have.
That's one thing I can't relate to because I've always had anxiety. I'm not a clean freak. I'll make that clear. My place is picked up.
It's pretty clean, Kev. Except for your table. I came over to Kevin's one time to go work at
we
Kevin's and work because I'm working on the computer. And
First of all, that table's clean as fuck now.
Now it is because I wiped it down, and I'm telling you, I went through like 3 or 4 different towels, spraying and wiping, dude, and I just couldn't believe the amount of grime.
You got to remember that table is a dumping ground. You know, that's where like shit. It's like it's like a table that just everything gets thrown on.
It's got character.
Yeah, you know, it's just it's there.
My hands were sticky.
It's collecting
They were
stuff.
getting sticky when I was typing on things. I was getting sticky.
And that's probably from some beer spillage, maybe a little bit of soda pop.
I'm just giving Kevin a hard time.
That's what we do. But
Do you live with women, either of you?
yes,
he does.
Yes,
I'm
See,
about
yeah,
to be.
You got to keep it clean when you're with the girl.
but
Yeah,
ladies,
so-
and ladies, no offense. I
No,
know you're
she
trying to
goes
say
out of
something.
town, and I'm a lazy fuck. Like
Yeah.
it goes to shit fast. Like
See, I'm almost the opposite. That's what's interesting is when I'm on my own and it's just me, I love having my place tidy as hell.
Yeah.
I find it easier to it's just me I'm worrying about, right? So there's not other things contributing to whatever's going on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Trash,
change it.
Dishes. But dishes for me have always given me anxiety. And I think that was part of my upbringing, you know, because one of my chores was after supper, I'd always have to do dishes. So that always stuck with me once I went on my own. And I went on my own pretty early on. So
How old?
I was 18 when I got my first place on my own.
Me too.
So it was kind of like, all right, you know, it's time to be a man kind of thing. But here's the funny thing. So I never, you know, dishes are done, the bed's made, but then there's like beer cans and shit everywhere. So I'm like really specific on what I like to have clean. While there's still a mess over here, like the table that Art's bitching about.
What's aesthetically pleasing to you is, you know, your own opinion. You know, like my clean is different from my lady's clean. That's for sure.
What's the biggest differences between you two?
Oh Jesus, I don't know. Other than genitalia, no.
Well, as far as the cleanliness.
Yeah. as far as cleanliness goes, it's probably dishes. It's
Okay.
definitely dishes.
Well,
for sure.
I'll say from experience, women rule the bathroom. Okay, if you got one sink and that's it, like you're seeing the makeup come out. And my girlfriend does a great job. Like she spreads out and then removes because it's only one thing, but like the hair gets everywhere. like if you don't have a hair catcher in your bathtub or whatever you shower in, then you're gonna get clogged and you're gonna have to wire that out of there because
Send some Drano down there.
because that's the wrong way to do it.
I
You
disagree.
get to zip it.
Yeah, no, I get a wire hanger and I just get it out.
Jesus.
It's nasty. I'd rather just Drano it.
You know,
I do that.
No, but that is inspiration because then you make sure to show that to your girlfriend. Like, see, this is what happens when you don't use the hair catcher properly.
So you're making
tell her.
yeah, it's like a lesson. Yeah, the hair, that's a nuisance. I'll tell you this right now. My girlfriend doesn't like the beard hair in the sink.
Yeah, you gotta.
Does
clean
she
it
like
up,
the
man.
beard though?
She likes the beard.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, but
She's, you know, it's sacrifice.
it is give and take. So and vice versa, you know, because women they tend to be a little bit messy in certain areas.
Bree likes the beard, but she doesn't like when I do the mustache.
Oh, I
But I
did.
love the mustache.
Only the
Just the
mustache.
Yeah, because I got like this long shit. I can do. It looks good. You know, I like it. But
Yeah, it does look pretty good,
She
man.
doesn't like it. But does your lady like the facial hair?
Yeah, when
It's
I
50-50 with
when
her,
I've
and
shaved
I've
recently,
learned.
she's like, "You need to grow it back."
Yeah.
Like, cause I look weird. I feel like I look like a turtle when I shave it all off. Like I feel awkward. What was it like? 10 episodes ago, I was pretty close on that, and I was a little hefty. I was feeling turtleish.
Bullshit, dude. You remember the episode after the Halloween party? I had shaved my beard into Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
So I just had that going on.
You went all out, man.
I had to go all the way,
Got the
dude.
trophy.
And I hated it. I hated the look after. I loved doing it in the moment. It was a lot of fun, you know, being Joe. But then like the waiting for the beard to grow back was not pleasant.
Sure.
It's an awkward phase. It's like when you're trying to grow your hair out, and like you're in that awkward phase. That's how I feel when I'm trying to grow my hair back in on my face. You know, I like to keep this at least like a 2 or 3 length, and then this like at least a 3 or a 4 length, and then I do this a 1 and the mustache a 1.
I've been trying to keep it off the neck.
Yeah, you
Just
gotta
the
focus
next-
on the
it's too
face.
itchy.
Next
Yeah.
I'll get the
I get the
irritation.
Abe. I get the Abe going, man, and just I don't like it.
Yeah.
Now, do you think you would ever do like one of those big old epic beards that just
Just don't even mess with it.
Yeah.
Just don't even fucking.
just let it go?
Someday, I mean, I've grown my hair out. I used to have hair down the half of my back. Man,
Oh, so you
know,
were
so-
that real true hippie.
Yeah, I did. I did that for a couple of years for sure, and that was 50-50 too. You know, Bree liked it for sure. But
She liked the
you
long
know,
hair?
Yeah, she definitely.
Was it
liked the
curly?
long hair. It had curls, man.
Oh,
it had a little,
sexy.
not like perm curly, but fucking.
Yeah.
There was a little curly.
I can see it on you. I can see you rocking that.
Oh man, if I had my badge on me, I'd show it to you. But oh wait, I got might have my
Do you have it on you?
my license. No, I don't have my license, but
We'll take your word for it.
yeah.
Long
I
hair
looked
was
like Jesus, and the people I was like, they'd call me Jesus. I was like, I don't think Jesus was white.
He probably wasn't.
I was like,
He was probably Middle Eastern.
yeah, he was
Yeah.
the only white person in the area at
Yeah.
the time, if that was the case.
For
That's
sure.
That's all I'm saying, you know.
I agree with that statement. I mean, come on, people.
Yeah.
Let's look at the geographical location of these events at that time. Like, who's living there? Not any Caucasians. You know?
Yeah, it's unlikely. Mathematical uncertainties would suggest.
Do you guys
so.
have any sort of religious upbringing?
So I kind of I was going to some like Saturday schools for a little bit growing up
For
until
like Christian or
yeah, Christian, and then that was until I was about like 8 or 9, and then I kind of just didn't like it. I felt like a lot of the energy was fake, and I was picking up on that, and then I started to question things, and then they kicked me out. They didn't allow me to come to any more classes because I started to ask like questions about things, and I was probably being a little snobby, little brat too about it. Like, I'll admit that. But spirituality has, I mean, become a huge part of my life. I definitely believe there's something that everybody can tap into to help better their life, like positive energy that is perpetual, and it's always there, and it's available for everybody. And within that, you know, all religions pray to that same energy. That's what I feel like is there is like, you know, a positive, solid energy throughout the universe and galaxy, but, you know, everyone interprets it differently, and that's how there's religions, and based upon geographic interpretation of that power, that's how you get, you know, all the different religions. And so I do believe in, you know, spiritual stuff, and I you know, praying to me is just doing positive affirmations, you know, and I feel like the power of prayer is very similar to the power of affirmation. I
think religion can do a lot of good for people. You know, it has done a lot of good. It's done a lot of bad, you know, for other people. But I've gone back and forth across the spectrum. Yeah. With how I've felt about, you know, sort of
where are you at now on the spectrum?
I sort of had like a Catholic upbringing, you know, like we went to Catholic church, but it was never forced on me ever. You know, they're just kind of like, we're gonna go to church, you know, if you like it, we'll keep going. If not, we'll stop. And my dad eventually stopped liking it, so we stopped going. But I don't know. I definitely feel like I agree with you, man. The positive energy, and just, you know, we're just trying to live, trying to not harm anybody and fucking do our thing, man. I think if you do no harm, you're doing fine.
Yeah, I would agree with that, man. I think, and that's where I can respect and relate to a lot of religion. You know, they kind of, you know, the backbone of it is be good to, you know, treat people the way you want to be treated, be good to thy neighbor.
Sure, the overall message is the right
It's positive.
thing. Yeah, it's a good
It's
thing.
positive, so I can get behind that.
People just get too literal. You know?
Yeah. And I respect everyone's opinion. For me, I was brought up, not real organized religion. I mean, we did some church time. Mom was brought up pretty Roman Catholic, so her family, we did a lot of open casket, you know, funerals, attended some of those.
Is that pennies in the eye too? Is that what that is?
I've never seen pennies on the eye in person.
What is that?
What religion is that?
That's like an Irish thing. I'm
that an
pretty
Irish
sure.
thing?
I don't even know what that is.
So like
it's like you know, whenever you enter the next part after you die, you have to pay the ferryman. So you get a couple
pennies in the eye.
Couple pennies on the eye. Pay the ferryman. It goes way back. I'm pretty sure.
I think I might have heard that.
It might
term.
not even be Irish. I'm not an expert.
Boondock Saints is tremendous.
It's definitely on Boondock Saints.
And the second one, don't waste your time watching that. Only the first one.
Yeah, Boondock Saints.
You're not lying. You're not lying.
Weak sauce on Boondocks too, but
that's great.
You know, again, whatever people want to practice and believe in their own time, I think it's great.
I think if it allows you to not be a dick.
Sure.
Yeah,
And for a lot of
I'm all
people-
for it, you know, if it makes you a nicer person.
Yeah.
Cool.
And a lot of people, they gravitate towards it and it changes their life. And I think that's terrific.
There's
I think it's terrific.
definitely the other side too.
There is the other side.
But
And
it'd be boring if we were all, the same.
in the same boat. Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. I mean,
But would it, because would we know the difference?
we would at this point if it were to all of a sudden become that.
Just looking at it now, there's an alternate universe where the poor fucks are already in it, but
Yeah.
So my biggest qualm, one of those is the whole like pushing of agendas. Like, I believe in this religion and it's right, so you should also. Instead of having like an open mind to other things, like it's okay for people to have other practices of faith, and like I don't know, like anything as an extremist is going too far, and anything can be taken there. And so like I support religions, I support like how they help communities build and how they help through personal hard times. But if it's becoming all that you want to talk about and do, and you try to push it on other people that aren't really having it, like I feel like that's going too far. And that's not really being fair to thy neighbor, because if we're all being free thinkers and people, like we shouldn't have to be influenced so hard to do something. Like if it's appealing, then people will do it. Like we don't really say like and subscribe here, because we like people are going to do it like automatically. Like we don't need to tell people what to do.
Yeah. I agree. I definitely agree. For me, it's the pushing of the fear, like if you do this, you're going to hell, and it's like, okay, well, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, man. I don't really believe in the traditional. No, I believe in some sort of afterlife, maybe, but
What kind?
Well, I'm leaning more towards where you starts with an R.
Reincarnation.
Reincarnation, yeah, reincarnation. Like you just get sent through another cycle, and maybe it's based off of how you lived your last life.
What was it? The Buddhists that are like, however you treated people, however you conducted yourself in this life, will then reflect what you come back as.
Something like that.
So
and
you
it
come back
might
as like a cricket or like
they
something way
they
better.
manifest their next life.
100%. And have you ever felt like maybe you've met somebody in this lifetime and you're like, I don't know, man, maybe we've been around in another lifetime together.
Oh, yeah.
in a different form.
Old souls.
Somehow. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I don't know, man, maybe you just get sent through for another cycle. I don't think you could rule that possibility out completely.
I can agree with the reincarnation thing. It's just,
that's the only way I can
so
rationalize a couple
tricky, though.
things, bro. Like, there's things I can't rationalize, like people that are born with disadvantages. Then it's like, what, these people didn't do anything to deserve this, and I like to feel like I have control, over how my life's gonna end up, and these people didn't have control, and it's like, why is that? And maybe they fucked up in the last lifetime, so that's the only way I could really rationalize it. Maybe that's
part of their
selfish
lesson.
of me,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to say, man. It's interesting to think about, though, with the reincarnation thing. I think of the movie Pineapple Express. You guys ever see that?
yes.
Well, once or twice.
Yeah, it's a really
Come
good
on, man. You can tell we're stoners.
I
in
thought
here.
hurricane season was over.
It's a funny movie. But remember when, I think it's, what's his name? Danny McBride. He's laying in the bathtub. He's all fucked up and bleeding and shit. And Seth Rogen looks at him. He's like, man, you're not going to go out this way. You don't want to come back as an anal bead or a worm.
Right.
And he's like, I don't know. And depending on who the anal bead belongs to, I don't know why I thought of that with reincarnation, but fact remains.
Well, can an anal bead, does an anal bead know that it's an anal bead?
Can you come back as an inanimate object would be the question.
Well, they say everything has its own, vibration, and we're all made of the same cells and, same stardust or whatever, But you take it with a grain of salt, I guess. It's like,
well, because what we are has always been and will be after. So that's the thing that's interesting about, because the conscious mind is something that I think about frequently, like, because we're aware of ourselves. So that self-awareness creates like an entity within itself, within the subconscious network.
it's next level.
And,
yeah.
and so like physically what we are was always something before what we are now. And like, obviously we need to eat daily and keep replenishing, and we take that from the planet. And so it's like, you know, once we die, it's like, obviously we know where the physical goes. It goes back into the cycle, but you know, that subconscious that is self-aware and knows of its existence, you know. Do you believe in paranormal stuff? Do you believe in ghosts? I
feel weird about that sort of thing. I mean, I guess I don't want to turn down anybody's experience, whatever you saw.
Have you ever?
I've never personally, no, I can't say that I have. I've had weird, you know, it's like, oh, you know, it's a little creepy in here, but nothing.
But like, where
nothing
you like
definite.
You get the feel like the cold goosebumps, like
nothing that far.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I'm more towards like the aliens and sort of that sort of. I can definitely get down on that sort of thing, just because it'd be weirder if that wasn't a thing.
So if you, I mean, because I'm open to extraterrestrial discussion.
Yeah.
What kind of role, if any, do you feel like aliens have played in humanity's upcoming?
Oh man, we're probably one alien's little fucking science experiment on a shelf or whatever, you know, just they got like a C-, and then there's like that's a possibility, or there's, you know, maybe it's something that we couldn't even comprehend, you know, maybe they're in between dimensions we couldn't see visually or hear, or maybe we just get glimpses of. I think the hardest thing about aliens would be identifying them, you know, except for, you know, like the crafts that we've already identified.
So what about that footage that the Navy released? It would happen in 2014, and they released it recently, and it was like, these are UFOs. UFOs exist.
Well, I've heard that, and I've read even recently, like this past year, like they've said we've recovered, the American government came out and said we've recovered crafts that were not of this planet. This is all they said. And it's the same thing. It's like UFO sightings have been a thing for a long time, so you can't really, it'd be weirder if there weren't aliens, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the mathematical uncertainties would suggest that to sit here and say that this is the only human life is right here on this planet, I don't think it adds up.
No,
you know,
unless it's a simulation.
Yeah,
which you can't rule that out either.
Yeah, then we're going down another pathway there. But you've seen all these monoliths popping up, or monolith, is that what they're called? Steel.
That whole, yeah, that's just
what's going on with that?
Fuck.
Do you think that
weirds me out?
Do you think that's like a
no?
I'm asking the guest.
Oh,
do you think that's like a you know, people just fucking off,
like
trying to
get,
like a publicity stunt, a PR stunt, or do you think it's legit?
It'd be a damn good prank. Definitely a damn good prank. Somebody would need a lot of talent to pull something like that off. Mm-hmm. So I'm leaning more towards it's something a little weird.
Extraterrestrial.
Yeah, you know, I definitely lean towards a lot of weird extraterrestrial shit. And with the way everything's been going this, you know, past few years, that things have been heating up, it's like, you know, why not? You know,
We obviously know where Art stands on this.
well, I saw pictures of the dudes digging their holes and putting them in there.
But how real were those photos?
Dude,
You got to question everything. If we're going to question what's going on,
unless you were there, there's a certain level of uncertainty.
sure,
you know?
there's always going to be uncertainties along the way, because the reality is, I mean, somebody could have been videotaping it. You know, what's going on? This shit popped up all over the world. And I'm not saying it was one way or the other. I'm just saying, what do you...
But it was like... They didn't all just appear at the same time. It was like 1 week it's
It
here.
would vanish from Utah.
1 week it's
then it
there.
appeared in Scotland.
Yeah, it's doable.
It's not the same people.
Yeah, it was weird when
There's
it
no way.
started moving. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's no way that these dudes dug it up from Utah and then flew to Scotland during COVID times and planted it there.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Dude, I mean, if you... okay, they probably have money and they're bored. And they're like, all right, it's time to do something fun with our money. And so they would, dude. All you need is
could be like a planned thing,
a private
over.
jet. Yeah, if you could take off from Centennial,
I suppose it's possible. Yeah,
it's totally feasible. It's not far fetched.
You're right.
Now, what's weird to me is the Mesopotamians, the first society of humanity, and how they came up with this 12-month calendar, and how they came up with all of this stuff. And like very advanced for the very first society. That's the whole thing where I'm like, okay, like, you know, what's going on with that? I mean, but because conspiracies are a lot of fun.
I love getting into it.
But
It's a rabbit hole.
But yeah. Once you start, it's easy to question everything.
Oh, totally.
So would you say you're a conspiracist, or?
I definitely lean towards wanting to believe most conspiracies, you know? But I literally take everything with a grain of salt, man.
You almost have to, because it's so easy to
you
be.
never know.
I went down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole for a while, and I saw once you get into it, right, question everything.
Yeah.
Once you believe, well, this could be, you know, misconstrued, or this was manipulated and not what the media told us. You're willing to believe anything's possible at that point, and it's dangerous.
Because the things that have been confirmed possible and have happened are fucking batshit crazy half the time, and you're like, well, I guess anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
Yeah.
That gets the mind thinking.
What's your favorite conspiracy?
Man.
Put him on the spot.
Jeez.
John X will love it.
Well, I'd heard about on another podcast that you know, I don't know how much you guys know about the whole MK Ultra sort of experiments with the government and LSD on the American public.
I'm not educated.
Is that like
enough.
Back in the 60s?
Yeah, where
and
they
70s.
like straight up like they flew planes like over San Fran and like did chemicals and like didn't even let anybody. Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Or?
This from my understanding, they would dope people up with LSD without them knowing it, and they wanted the goal was to get them to do something without them knowing they did it. You know, you can carry out any act, and it was like a mind control sort of experiment, which it was a massive failure. And this is public knowledge. Like, this came out, like, the American government did this.
So what's the conspiracy then?
Well, the Charles Manson was one of the subjects.
The Manson family, okay.
One of the subjects of this, and like basically the CIA would have Charles Manson dope up all these random people that were part of his little clan, and you saw how it ended with a few murders and stuff like that, and there's documentation apparently of Charles Manson being just bailed out of jail multiple times, like countless times, for random shit, drug possession, shit like that, but he was always getting bailed out by the suits, and it was like a government thing. So I don't know, but it just sort of makes sense to me. The whole thing didn't totally add up.
Sure.
Yeah.
How about the Hollow Earth conspiracy?
So is that like where there's like a fucking drill hole to the center of the earth?
So the whole thing with the Hollow Earth is that like on the poles there's areas where, and I don't believe in this shit, but like I've had some friends that were like way deep into this whole thought process on this and made me question who my friends are, and I still love them, but the whole Hollow Earth thing is like that there's like a dwarf star in the center of the earth, and basically the earth on the poles you could go in, and then it's like opposite gravity, and you have this hollow earth where it's like plants and all this stuff, and in the center is like this dwarf star, and that's where Hitler went with the Nazis when he was like up north during World War II, and all this, like there's this whole theory on hollow earth.
I haven't gotten that deep into it. I've heard the flat earth theory more than I've heard the hollow earth.
Yeah,
flat earth is a big
that one's
movement.
interesting.
Yeah, depends on how hollow the earth is. Can you call it hollow? That's what I'm saying. Like in that theory, is it just a hole that's hollow, or
well no, so it's basically like a sphere. It would be like the crust of the earth with so you have the crust of the earth, and then on the inside it would be another crust of the earth, so it's like, so there's like two crusts, and then like it's hollow,
like a little
yes,
ecosystem in there.
Yeah, I mean that's fun to
That's
think
the hollow
about.
Earth theory.
I don't believe in that. I believe in the core, the mantle, all that stuff. But that's a fun conspiracy to kind of just be like, okay, that's very creative. I could see that on the Sci-Fi Channel.
I would buy that before the flat for sure.
Yeah, the flat thing. I mean, there is a large group of people that truly believe that the Earth is flat. Eddie Bravo, one of Joe Rogan's good buddies, he's passionate about it. You know, And Alex Jones, of all people, who we know with InfoWars and what he's done, I'm not going to praise him, but even Alex Jones looked at Eddie Bravo and said, let's go then. Let's go to the edge of the earth and let's film the drop-off. I'll have my iPhone and you'll see cats knocking shit off the edge.
Sure, if you can prove it, that's another thing. But, until then, it sounds like bullshit.
When Elon sent the spaceman up there in the car that had the live footage that you could stream any time of the day, like, it's such an elaborate prank to come up with all these different ways to be like, it's round. Like, that's a huge, like, I think John talked about that. Like, all the people, like, people's pride, like, it wouldn't happen because there's too many people that would have to keep that secret. Like,
I just don't understand why we're arguing if the world is flat. Like, there's just not enough. That to me seems the silliest. I mean, there's a lot of silly conspiracies, but that one I just can't understand. I can't. I've listened to it. I've watched the documentaries on flat Earth. There's groups. There's conventions. These people truly believe.
What would the motive be?
What would the motive be? That's a good question.
Yeah,
why would we be lied to? That the Earth is not a sphere, that it's flat. What do we gain from that? It doesn't make sense to me, but there's a lot of people that are very passionate about it. It's unreal.
Have you guys ever read into the Mandela effect at all?
Mandela effect? No.
No?
I don't think so.
Neither of you? Oh, man.
Enlighten us.
It's a weird one, man. So, like, there's a certain percentage of people that, like a high percentage, say in the thousands, even 10,000s of people that believe a certain event happened in history, and that didn't happen that way that they remembered it, and in our version of history. So the theory is that a certain percentage of people have crossed over from an alternate timeline, and it's like it's little shit and some big shit. Like, they call it the Mandela effect because there's a lot of people, like a ridiculous amount of people, that believe Nelson Mandela died back in 1984 in a prison riot. All right, but he died back in like the 2015 whatever, pretty recently. Yeah, like that's common knowledge that just happened. And there's more than one occurrence like this, like shit being spelled differently, and people are like, I remember it being spelled this way, and fucking it's spelled a certain way, and you're just like, that doesn't seem right. Like the Monopoly guy, do you think he has like a monocle?
Oh, you know what? I've heard this.
Well, he does.
I've heard this.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. He doesn't. I've heard that. It reminded me right as you said that.
Not even on the old school things.
No, he does not have.
Does not have a monocle.
You're right. And somebody asked me that question. I think it was my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Even. She said, "Does he have it?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think he does." And then we pulled it up. He doesn't.
Yeah, and there's shit like that. There's a lot of shit, bro.
That has the monocle.
Mr.
Peanut and the
Peanut Man.
I think the Monopoly guy has one too. I thought, not the Monopoly guy, the Elitch's guy, the Six Flags guy.
So it's called what's it called?
Mandela effect.
Mandela effect. So is that like, just to put it in layman's terms, it's the individual's interpretation of what happened in the past. Correct. Is that what it is?
Correct.
So it happened this way, but somebody interprets it this way.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, not just somebody, like the entire public, everybody interprets it one way.
The Mandela effect.
But another like significantly large amount of people fucking sees it another way. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen, like there's like montages of certain historical protests, but there's this one where this dude like stands up to a tank, like this dude just walking home with a grocery bag.
Oh, the Tamarack, the something square,
something like that. It was in another. It was in another.
Yeah,
exactly. And they were. He stood up to a tank, and and he was like, "No, you can't cross here." And there's a lot of people that think there is different video footage of that guy just getting ran over, man.
Huh?
Yeah. So it's like
I've only seen pictures of that event. The conscious is so powerful though that perception is reality to the individual.
Sure, false memories can be
a
thing. Totally, they are. It happens. You definitely rectify shit in your brain.
Well, and I've heard people say or describe memories as you remember something the last time you remember it. So, for example, if we're going to take, the first time I ever did a podcast, I'm remembering the last time I thought about remembering that. You're not actually remembering that moment. Your brain remembers the last time you remembered it. Huh. Does that make sense?
That does, but like when I think about it, like I'm thinking about the actual moment. But
you remember the last time your brain remembered it. Is how I've heard that described. But I don't know if my words sound right.
I'm not thinking about the time that we last talked about. Like I think about the first recording.
Right.
You know, so
No, you don't necessarily think about the last time you remembered it, but that's how the brain compartmentalizes it, and that's why some memories can slip through. Because I've had, good buddies of mine, from back home. They're like, "Oh, I remember so and so. Remember when we did this?" And I'm like, "No, I don't. I don't remember that."
Yeah, sometimes I forget.
It slips through the memory, so I don't
Exactly.
know. It's interesting how that works.
No, say, or if you go through some sort of traumatic event, maybe you could block it off and remember it some way that makes you cope or whatever.
It is interesting. The mind's a powerful thing, and it definitely plays like an intricate role in our lives, obviously. So it's interesting how, because everyone's mind kind of works the same but a little bit different.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you capitalize on, like, how do you identify and capitalize on how your mentality works to best help you? That's the kind of questions I want to ask.
I think it's contingent. I mean, on person to person. everybody has a different method of attack.
Yeah.
In the way that they analyze things and look at things, and
I think a big effect is what you're consuming.
that's true. Not only consuming, but surrounding yourself with.
A lot of disease and illness comes from whatever you've been consuming for a long period of time.
Yeah.
True.
Whatever you subject yourself to, you're going to become susceptible to whatever that.
So talking about consuming things.
Time for a would you rather.
Yeah. if you had to pick, and I actually I had this written down, and I heard you talking in the kitchen. I changed the way I'm going to phrase this because I heard you talking. So I was picking up on some shit. Would you rather give up pizza for life or pasta?
Give up?
Yeah, it's done.
Jesus.
Pizza or pasta? Which one's going to stay?
That's a tough one.
Pizza. I'd give up pizza.
You can give up the pizza?
Yeah.
What kind of pasta are you thinking about eating right now?
I don't know, man. Just because if I gave up pasta, I couldn't go to Italy and enjoy pasta.
They got pizza.
Fuck their pizza,
Yeah.
man. They got the pasta.
Okay. I can respect
That's
that.
what I'm saying. It's like, I love pizza, though. I can't lie. But that was a hard one. That was a very hard one.
That is a tough one, dude. I don't even know, man. I love the Italians. I love the pasta and the food.
Oh, yeah.
Ravioli, lasagna, fettuccine. But pizza
Bolognese, penne.
Bolognese. Yeah.
Penne?
Mm-hmm.
It's
vodka penne?
That's a tough one, man. I don't know. I feel like it depends on what day you ask me that question.
Yeah, because I live off pizza.
We're asking you today.
Because if I was craving, I just had pizza before we went on air, right? So if I was craving pizza, I'm I'm not giving up pizza, but I love pasta.
What do you eat more often?
I feel like I eat more pasta than I do pizza.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I would say I probably eat more pizza than I do.
It might be even though. I don't know.
I go through waves. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it is. It's
because when I order pizza, I often order pasta.
They just go pizza and pasta.
Oh yeah, I'm a sick.
So technically, macaroni and cheese would be pasta. You'd have to give up mac and cheese.
Yeah, that's pasta.
So I think I'm gonna agree with Cody and say I'm giving up pizza because pasta. There's just too many
Ravioli,
things.
Man,
you're giving up too many things. With pizza, you know what you're giving up, and I love pizza.
Yeah, because pizza for me is like I want either obviously your traditional pizza with cheese, the marinara, obviously, but then I usually want like a ham or sausage. Like I don't get too creative with it, and that's delicious. But like with pasta, you go buy this like delicious bolognese or like this or like Alfredo with broccoli in it, and then you could swap all the meats. I'm giving up pizza as well. At first, I was thinking I was keeping pizza because I eat that more frequently. But after listening to my fellow talkers in the room, I'm agreeing with. I'm on the same page.
Which
let's
is cool.
Let's pro pasta.
Yeah,
pasta.
It's cool because both of them are pro-vegetarian for sure. You could fucking go veggie pasta, veggie pizza.
That's true with the cauliflower crust.
Very delicious. Yeah, it's. I've had some delicious shit I never would have tried.
Cauliflower crust is not that bad.
It's not
you
that
ever
bad.
had the buffalo cauliflower before?
I've tried it.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
You make it good. You make it right. It's good shit.
There's a lot of good alternatives out there, and that's part of what I do in my non-podcasting, real job is move some of these mainstream products that are up and coming. A lot of vegan, gluten-free stuff, and seeing these alternatives to the pizza industry, the cheese. I was talking with a vegan the other day, and she's like, "Look, try this vegan cheese and a grilled cheese sandwich." She's like, "It's phenomenal."
Yeah,
I tried vegan cheese out of the package though one time, and like I wanted it to be good at first. And then after like it actually settled on my taste buds, we just threw it out. I accidentally bought vegan.
I haven't tried it.
You know, I think it's important to try new diets, you know, because I think, you know,
I'll try anything.
Whatever works for you, you know, it's different shit.
Yeah.
You know,
but
how do you feel about the carnivore diet? You know, it's just straight meat, you know.
no, it's not healthy.
You don't think
Well,
so?
We're omnivores.
Here's the thing. Joe Rogan did the carnivore diet.
That's what he's doing right now.
He does it every January.
Yeah.
So that's what Rogan does. Is he eats nothing but
But
meat.
just for 1 month. What if he did it for a year?
Well,
like, how bad would
all
that
he-
be?
It's okay to do shit for a month. You
yeah,
know, it's
I
healthy
think
for
so.
you.
It's a test.
We got
It's-
12 months.
See
Change
how
it
the
up.
see how the body responds. And he says he feels tremendous doing nothing but meat. Here's my thing: is
I'm willing
I
to
get
try it.
I get bored easy. I would do it. I would do nothing but meat. I'm not saying I couldn't do that challenge, but I also like mixing it up. I want eggs. I want pizza. I want pasta.
That's one thing I don't understand. How are eggs vegetarian?
When I was, it's meat. It's vegetarians, just meatless, you know? Nothing, no muscle, no fucking
But
bones.
it's like it comes from a living creature.
Yeah, but
That's where you get to the vegan
That's vegan.
territory.
Vegan and vegetarian are two different things.
okay.
Exactly.
So vegetarians won't eat
A lot of
No,
vegetarians.
when I was a vegetarian, I fucking ate cheese and eggs like you couldn't believe, man. Veggie omelet was delicious, you know?
So yeah, because the vegetarians can do, and correct me if I'm wrong, because obviously you've eaten these things. They can still do a little bit of poultry, fish.
When I was vegetarian, I didn't do any poultry or fish.
So no eggs.
Well, is that poultry? I
mean,
guess.
no, but
Is
here's
eggs poultry? I thought just chicken was poultry.
Here's where the
you know?
debate comes in there, right? Because it comes from a chicken.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And it turns into a chicken.
I suppose it's preference, you know. I guess it depends on who you ask.
It's
but
labeled
yeah.
vegetarian.
for me, in vegetarian was just none of the meat. You
So
know,
none of the meat.
none of the,
The lean
muscle,
protein.
Exactly, none of that. And you know, if I wanted to go the next level, it would be none of the cheese, none of the eggs, none of the, and that would be vegan.
Complete
in
vegan.
in my book. You know?
zero animal product.
Dude, I lived off of like rice and quinoa and beans, and that was delicious, man. Quinoa
Quinoa is
beans,
really good.
salsa, and fucking cheese, and I was set.
Yeah.
I was set. You know, and that's a $3 meal.
Sure.
You know?
I mean, it's smart though, because what you said before I asked the would you rather is like it's what are you putting into yourself, and like I feel like that's important to question because you know if I go to a certain fast food place and get a couple of those doubles, like I don't feel that great afterwards. But if I like go to a nice restaurant and get a cheeseburger, like I feel great after that. So it's like you have to make your choices because truly, you know, we can damage ourselves. Like if you eat horrible stuff, you're more likely for like colon cancer as you get older. You know, it's like your body has to process this stuff. So I agree with that. It's something people should think about.
I think the
is
human
what you put
body
in.
can last longer if you actually take care of it, man. Like it's got abilities we don't even know.
It's like
true.
a 76 Chevy Malibu.
You got to take care of
It's
it.
insane.
And I haven't been real good at. I mean, I do the best I can. You know,
Sure.
I drink a lot, and I've done a lot of damage to my body over the years. And I'll eat like shit from time to time, but I do try to balance it the best I can.
You're still considered relatively young, you know. It's like you know, you got to start thinking about it, but you're not in the red zone.
Because what
I
we do
wouldn't
now,
say.
we pay for later.
Totally.
And like I was telling you before we went on air, I mean, just even what I've done in the last 12 years, I'm already starting to see some of the ramifications.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with a little bit of GERD, and
Is it mostly drinking?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
What was your
it's
drink of
horrible.
choice like for when
Beer.
Yeah, just beer.
Man, I'll drink a lot of beer.
Do you think if you just went to, I mean, I guess liquor's worse. I guess for you, it's higher.
Isn't it? It's like higher. in
I
sugar
heard
and-
dark liquor's worse on your liver, is what I've heard.
Yeah, I
my
think it's just-
father had a liquor problem.
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, definitely. He died from it mostly.
It's nasty stuff, man. It really is. I mean, anything in moderation's fine, but I come from a long line of alcoholics, in my bloodstream.
Do you think it's a genetic thing, or you
I do.
think it's just a human thing?
I think it's a combination of a lot of things.
Yeah.
I do think there's a mental aspect of it, like addiction, like we talked about. I think there's the genetic aspect of it as well, when it kind of runs in the bloodline. I think you're more susceptible to falling into that addiction. I'm not saying just because you're from an alcoholic family you're going to become one, but I think you're more susceptible. But it's also contingent on person to person, I feel like, because knowledge is power, and if people are truly, I don't want to be a part of that, because a lot of people do grow up in a house of addicts, and they're like, fuck that, I'm not going to be a part of that, and they're just completely turned away from it.
That's kind of my story.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. How do you feel about that?
About booze.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's the most normalized thing, and it's essentially population control. It's almost on every single corner, and it's been normalized since way back when. when hemp started to come into, you know, they used to have hemp farms like in the early 1900s, and then all of a sudden, like, oh no, like, we don't want people doing that, expanding your horizons of thought. So like, let's keep people down by keeping booze cheap. It's man-made. It doesn't grow naturally. I still drink it, but it's like, I feel like booze is one of the worst things that you could become addicted to. I mean, it's one of the worst. And dude, the anger issues, the things that it inflames stress, it makes you sleep worse. Like, there's so many things about alcohol that, you know, is okay, because it's normal for works to be like, hey, we have a happy hour, let's all go get drinks. Like, instead of being like, hey, let's all smoke a doob together and like not put this artificial shit in us. Like, I'm very on the fence about it, because I've always been pro 420.
Because it's fun to have a drink.
Yeah,
you know, we're having drinks right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a heated question, man.
I think if you have control, it's great. But, you know, fucking, I'm all for the, you know, it's your personal preference, I feel like, as long as you're not fucking up your own life and other people's lives in the process, because some people can do it every day or regardless. They have higher tolerances, they can function, you know, higher functionality.
Sure. And that's where it becomes dangerous too. I mean, I consider myself a pretty high functioning alcoholic, in the sense where, by definition, you know, when you look at what's considered an addict and then the amount of drinks that someone should consume throughout a week, I will exceed that, you know. But I don't miss work. You know, I show up to my obligations. I'm sure I might feel ill throughout, you know, time to time, but I think having the awareness of it.
At your job, what is it like being hungover?
It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant. But that bar, the older I've gotten, has moved up and up and up, because, you know.
How unpleasant bar?
Yes. Because, you know, as we can all attest to, you know, being hungover young is different than being hungover, you know, multiple times. They get worse.
I don't know, man. It was pretty bad at the grow.
Really?
You feel like an egg on the frying underneath those fucking grow lights, like in a pan.
I can see that. Just kind of sweating out and dizzy.
All those rooms run about 80 degrees with a 75% humidity.
That's tough when you're hungover, to be subjected to heat and weird lighting. You know, it throws off your equilibrium.
Terrible.
That doesn't even sound fun at all.
I did it once, and that was enough for me. In 2 years, I was like, I'm never drinking before work again.
Yeah.
You know,
and usually it takes something like that to solidify. Like, fuck that, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah. And I get my drink on, I do, but I'm more of a weed guy. I've had a year, you know, last couple months I've been drinking, but since sober October I've been drinking pretty heavy. But other than that,
Me too, brother.
That was right. Like that was an easy one for me to give up in October. It was the weed that was hard.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't like, you know, addictive levels, I wouldn't say, but I was like, every day I was like, I wish I could smoke a joint right now. And the second I could, I was like, why would I give this up? You know?
Yeah, very true. Treats the body a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, no, there's like 10 things you could quit before cannabis, you know?
Oh yeah, like, you know, the shitty food and all.
Sugar, fucking.
Yeah. And here's the thing, I've been doing edibles more to help out with the lungs a little bit. And
oh yeah, smoking's not good.
It's nice. It's nice.
I do like the edibles. Totally different feeling.
What's your tolerance with them?
Mine's very weak.
Yeah.
10 milligram edible for me. I'm not going to say I'm out of control, but that's my comfort level.
Oh yeah.
10 milligram
So
edible.
like a gummy or
yeah.
good? Yeah.
Little Wana Square. I'll take one of those. I'll watch.
Everybody's different. I'm always curious.
Yeah.
You know?
I think if I did more of them, though, that's the thing with me, though, is because I have that addictive personality. If I were to do them more frequently, like a gummy to me is like a treat. I'll do it here and there. Like, we're going to watch some new show on Netflix all day. I'm taking a fucking edible, you know, and I'm going to veg. Whereas when I'm smoking it, I can kind of control and I know what to expect. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just a totally different high. I'm sure, you know, you guys can relate to that. Totally. Tolerance levels are probably very different amongst the three of us, but yeah, I'm open to all of it.
How's your tolerance level with edibles?
I mean, some people would say it's subpar. Some people,
Hundo.
Yeah,
we love you, Hundo.
Some people would say, "Damn, son, you stone strong." I mean, dude, honestly, like marijuana to me, like I feel like I'm an overthinker. I'm very like all over the place. It helps level me out. Like, I don't want to take benzos or like anything else to calm me down like that. So
did you feel the hit you took earlier? Yeah.
I mean,
would you like another?
I mean, you know, probably. But you know, I'll do that once we're done. And FYI, everybody, I did sanitize it with the lighter. You know, the pandemic is still running strong, so we have to be COVID conscious everywhere we go. And
Still waiting on my test results.
you know, so that's important.
They call me Clean Cody. So, you know,
Clean Cody.
that's what they say.
I heard you were the marijuana miracle man.
Oh man,
Yeah, what's that all about?
One of the many. One of the many, probably. There's so many ways to do it, fellas. You know, like I didn't believe it, but yeah, definitely. It's been a part of my life for a long time, and I don't see it going away anytime soon.
Well, I support your work, and I want to smoke your herb.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm
want
happy
to.
to make that happen, brothers. You know.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
I'm down to try that.
So, you know what? You're dispensary regulated. You know,
You know, it's not like my own.
I don't know if
I
you
just
wanna-
grow for another business, but
Okay.
I grow my own stuff at home too. But you know, that's my living. You know, I grow for a legal dispensary back in Pueblo, and then now I'm doing it the same thing at a little bit of a bigger one up here.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good to not have a gap in income during the move.
Oh,
for
100%.
sure. But yeah, you know, I was working at Chili's before that, and it's way better than that, you know.
Hell yeah.
I did Chili's for 5 years before that, yo.
What position, waiter?
Host to waiter, because
Okay.
I started host in high school, and then once you turn 18, you can be a waiter, and
Okay.
I did that, and it was the only job I could keep at the time and still afford a place of my own down in shitty Pueblo. But I had to get out of my house, you know. It wasn't. If I could have stayed, I would have. You know, a lot of kids my age are still with their parents, but that was definitely not an option for me. I was like, I got to get out of here. So
You want to do something different?
yeah, I had a amazing upbringing, but my folks were a little fucked up there towards the end of my high school period, and I had to get out, you know. So that's what happened.
Yeah, it sounds like you made it work, though. You know.
Yeah, I mean,
Spread the
we
wings.
were in Pueblo for 5 years, and I wish I got out a couple years earlier, but we're out now. So, you know, it happened when it happened, and
Sure.
we're in a good place. So
That's
Good,
exciting, man.
not to shit on Pueblo so much. I had great times there.
Yeah, yeah.
but it's
It'll always be a part of you. You know,
yeah,
got some
yeah.
history there.
It was
and-
definitely a stepping stone.
And I'll tell you this, man. I like the chicken ranchero tacos from Chili's. You know, that's my
Yeah,
go-to.
yeah.
Those things are bomb.
Oh, dude, Chili's was a good time. You know, it was the people I worked with are fucking amazing. It was the Pueblo customers that
Sure.
did me in.
That'll do it. See, that's one industry I've never been in is the restaurant business.
Have you not?
I've not. I don't think I would do well in it. I don't
How
have
do
a
you
lot of
treat the
patience.
restaurant industry
Well,
then?
very well.
Okay.
I have a lot of respect.
Because a lot of people that haven't are fucked up to them, man. It's,
Sure.
It's unbearable.
Yeah, those people have a special place in hell.
But yeah, they do.
Oh, God.
Absolutely,
Like,
they do.
Be kind to people that are serving you. Like, you're not so important that like you're allowed to ruin this person's night because your food. Like, you can, like, I like my queso to come out very, very hot, right? Like, I like it very hot. And then when it comes out lukewarm, you know, I'm not like, send this shit back to the kitchen. It's fucking lukewarm. What the fuck kind of restaurant is this? No, I'm like, hey, I really like my queso boiling. Is there any way you could throw this in the microwave for a couple of seconds for me? You know, just hook me up.
See, that goes a long way in the restaurant industry, man. It's like, if you're a dick, at least in my experience, I was like, I'm not even gonna fucking pay attention to
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
man. Like,
Yeah.
And
you're
people
being a
should know
dick
that.
already, you're not gonna be a fucking good tipper, you know, that's already
Yeah.
out the window.
Yep.
That's already
You can
off
kind
the
of
table.
read the scenario before it happens.
Definitely.
Growing up, you know, mom, she waited tables, you know, for a good
So did
portion of my
mine.
life. You know,
So
that
did
was we lived on her tips and the extra income. So I learned pretty young what the restaurant business looked like and how to, you know, treat the the wait staff and the people involved in the food industry.
Anything goes wrong back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so
I washed dishes for a long time.
I never did anything in that business.
Well, I wouldn't say for a long time.
Did you retail? Did you have to work with the customers or the public in any sort of?
Oh yeah. I've done the grocery business for 17 years.
Okay, so that's same boat.
It is, but it's a little bit different. I mean, yeah, we're still providing food that they have to make, so to speak, rather than bringing them fresh food to, you know, giving them the customer service. And I've been fortunate to kind of be in the liaison middleman position to where I'm not a cashier, I'm not necessarily a stocker, but I don't see all the bullshit, but I get enough of a taste of it that I can see what's going on. But I respect the restaurant business. I tip well. These guys are working hard, you know. The movie Waiting changed my opinion. I know a lot of people think it's a slapstick, stupid movie.
It's a good movie,
I told my mom to watch it because she was a waitress for years. And
got
she's
its
like,
moments.
you know, it's kind of stupid. But it's great because it does highlight the bullshit that people deal with. I'm sure, I mean, you could probably attest to it.
Well, yeah, The Kitchen fucks around just about the same level as that movie, for sure. The Kitchen is a riot. But fucking, yeah, no, just the customers. And in my experience, I never saw anything to the level of messing with somebody's food as that movie, but I've seen a couple,
Sure.
you know, not so good things go down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't
for
surprise
sure.
me.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't disrespect people that handle your food.
Exactly, it's a golden rule.
Like
man.
who were you raised by for you to think that it's okay to like act like that and not get like, okay, I've learned in my life that regardless of what I do, I'm going to pay the price for that. Whether if it's like a price that I'm very happy to pay and enjoy paying, or it's a price that I'm like, oh God, that sucks to pay this price. But everything has its consequence. So would you rather, this is one for the men, okay? Would you rather lose your balls or lose a hand? Your dominant hand.
Could I? I was gonna say, could I pick the hand? Both balls?
Balls.
Hand. They're coming all sorts of ways with prosthetic hands these days, you know? They can
Okay,
3D print your ass one these days, basically.
Okay.
I don't know. Testicles might be a little different.
Take my nuts. Get rid of them.
Really?
Take them
I
off.
mean, yeah, you got the long. You're good to go with the pecker, I guess.
Yeah,
it
it's
really
not-
depends if you want kids or not.
It's
is the main
definitely
thing,
it's
I
it's
guess.
not long, but I'll take with pecker over the balls. Get rid of those things. I'm not having kids. They're a nuisance. They get itchy. They smell bad.
No kids, huh?
No kids for me.
Not even like adoption.
I'd be open to that maybe.
Yeah.
You know, if I ever would ever change my mind, but you know, I'm early 30s. I don't. Kids are just not for me.
Sure.
You know, not my thing. I'm probably going to get a vasectomy anyway. So if I have the option to get my nuts snipped off, the only thing that would suck about that is I don't have the fun, you know, truck nuts hanging down. Not that I have truck nuts. My
The
packet.
fun truck nuts.
Someday they would have come.
They probably would have sagged a little bit. Look, they're not that impressive, so they can go, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, nuts. I'm taking my, dude, I need my hands.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that, but like you made a great point with like the modern day prosthetics.
What's
and
going on up there?
The dogs are
Those
going
are my
crazy
dogs.
upstairs.
Those are both of my dogs.
Y'all probably can't.
The
hear
listeners
this on
won't be
the
able to
mics.
hear it,
Yeah.
but there's some chaos.
They're wrestling up
I
there.
love them.
They're after each other's balls right now.
We're talking about nuts
Well,
and
he
hands.
doesn't have nuts, and she's spayed.
Oh well, there you go.
Ooh, I didn't feel good about it.
All right.
You
I
don't
don't know,
feel
man.
good about cutting into your little, you know, your babies, but it's like the girl dog. Her mom passed away from giving birth to her, so it's like I would hate for something like that to happen to her. So
Yeah.
you know.
Neutering animals is very common now, it seems like. I mean, that's not even a question anymore. Balls on a dog is not
the
common.
thing. They give you an option, man. They're like, you want to cut their ears? You want to cut their fucking little back and thumbs off? They give you like 6 options of shit you want to cut off.
Damn,
of
why
them.
do you just want to chop the dog?
No, it's like, dude,
Balls.
I'm not trying to cut them up, man. Fucking, you know, I'll fix
Yeah.
them. And I felt bad about that. They were terrible for like 2 days after that. They were just the saddest things you could ever
I
watch.
bet.
Yeah.
Balls on a dog used to be a pretty common thing when we were growing up, you know? We used to all laugh, look at his balls, you know? Now you don't see balls on a dog anymore.
Yeah. So I don't know if my balls got chopped off. Would that change my personality? Like, does that change your testosterone levels?
Oh,
Like,
well,
does that
I
have
mean,
an effect?
depends on what you're consuming, probably.
Yeah.
But,
So if I could remain the same person, like my personality stays the same, like all my drives are the same,
just become a really good singer.
I would probably get rid of the balls.
Yeah, but that's not part of the would you rather. Because then we're getting too... Because we've done this before. We dig into the what ifs.
That's the point of it, is like you got to dissect it and be like, okay, this is why it makes
But
sense.
you're saying,
yeah.
so
Go weigh it
it's
out.
contingent, though. Because you're saying, I would get rid of my nuts if nothing changed. But if something changed, then I would get rid of my hands.
So yeah, chop the
Bottom
hand
line.
then, because I don't want to risk my person. If I lose my balls, do I lose my personality?
I don't think so. There's a lot of people that get testicular cancer and have to get those things chopped off without a choice.
But we don't know like how their personality.
I mean,
changed.
Tom Green went through it. Testicular cancer.
Yeah,
he had to
did,
have his
he
nuts. He had to have his nuts chopped
He
off.
did.
Tom seems like the same guy. Great guy. He's gonna
Yeah.
come on the show.
I don't know. It might be cool to have a. It might be cool to have some prosthetics, but then like you know
Your dominant hand? How good are you with your left? You know, it depends.
I'm ambidextrous. I'm ambidextrous.
I used to bat left.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
I sucked at doing anything left. Really, anything. I can't jerk off left-handed. I can't piss left-handed. I can't throw darts left-handed. I can't shoot pool on the left side.
Punch?
Yeah, my left's weak sauce, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I'm following up, but I'm not confident in my left.
I'm a little ambidextrous.
Are you?
Yeah, I've practiced. You know, I've like done construction. I'll swing a hammer with both hands.
There you go.
You know, I could do.
I'm terrible with a hammer
I
with
could
the left.
pretty much do anything with both hands, other than right. Like I can't really write with my left, but I can.
Yeah. I mean, my right looks like chicken scratch too, but you know.
Oh, my handwriting's terrible.
Yeah.
It's been terrible my whole life. 32 years old, my penmanship looks like I'm 4. People say, well, maybe you should work on that. Well, I tried and it didn't work. You know, it just is what it is. All right, I'll type you the letter.
These days you're good to go.
Yeah.
I know. Like they don't even teach cursive anymore.
Cursive's not a thing.
So what kind of extreme sports person are you? All right, so would you rather base jump off a building or go scuba diving?
Could I choose the building?
You'd base jump?
Could I choose the building?
Oh, yeah. You're going to jump from in Dubai? Is that where you're going?
Somewhere in there. Or Vegas. You know? But, you know, scuba diving would be... No, that...
Because it's like either a fear of heights or you have a fear of water. Like, which one would you rather avoid?
Probably the water is scarier to me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with base jumping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because fucking, you know, we know about... They say I'm not an expert, but they say we know more about space than our own ocean.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I hear that
there's
too.
There's a lot of weird shit down there.
Still a lot of unknowns, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tough one, man. I like both. I like the option of both.
Yeah.
I haven't done any base jumping. Skydiving's always been exciting to me.
Bungee or cliff jumping?
Oh, I would do that.
I
haven't.
Dude, that scares me more.
I want to jump off the
base
Royal
jumping,
Gorge.
Because what if the bungee messes up and you don't have a chute on?
Yeah.
Well,
Like, you're screwed.
What about cliff?
What, just jumping off a cliff?
Yeah, into like a water.
I'll do it.
Oh, it depends how high up.
I'll do it.
I mean,
Dude, I
that's
did it
risky
once,
business.
and I hit bottom.
Ooh.
Yeah, I still hit.
How hard?
Hard enough to limp for a week.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and my foot was all bruised up.
About how high was the
deep
jump?
was the water?
It's like 60, 50 feet.
That's
and-
pretty high, dude. That's like
and
5 stories.
It was good, bro. Like, there's a few different panels you could jump off of. You know, there's a couple levels, and I was like, we came all this way. It was like a 3-hour drive. I'm gonna jump from the high one.
How deep was the water?
Not deep enough.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I could walk away from it.
Yeah.
but I
You
definitely.
didn't break
I
anything.
wasn't expecting to hit bottom, and
Wow.
I hit bottom. You know,
Damn.
definitely.
Yeah, that would be alarming, and that would probably steer me away from doing any base jumping again, I think.
I
But
did it once.
if
Yeah,
I'm jumping off
that's
a
it.
building with a chute, I don't know. Scuba diving's pretty fun, man. I've never done it, but I'd like to. My problem is my ears get really sensitive underwater.
Yeah.
Well, the pressure's so
Yeah.
heavy down there. There's things that could go wrong.
Yeah, that would be my only concern with the scuba. I'm leaning towards the scuba, but I feel like the base jump, as weird as it sounds, I feel like would be more safe.
I kind of agree with that too, because you're I mean, there's a lot of variables underneath the water, you know.
There is. You're dealing with sharks. You know.
I'm saying I'm gonna be brave here, and I'm gonna scuba dive.
Going diving? I almost went that route, but he
Jeez.
talked me out of it.
Jesus.
Cause dude, standing up there and being like thinking about if like the chute failed or something, like
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I got to fold somebody's chute one time, and I was so scared. Like my neighbor.
as you were folding it.
Well, yeah, because my neighbor, he was like a skydiver. That was his thing, man. And fucking.
Were you being super?
He was like, "Hey, man, help me fold this chute." I was like 12.
Oh.
And yeah, and he was like, "Okay, you know, there's so many different folds," and I was
Yeah.
like, "I fucking hope this guy doesn't die."
he like folding up. Like,
Yeah,
fold that
but
right?
no, it was a good landing. He came back.
Okay, that's
you know?
good.
He's still with us.
But that's
or
the
was
thing,
with
you know.
us.
It depends on who. It's harder than it looks.
Oh, for sure.
It depends on the chute fold.
Yeah,
I would
dude.
say.
And like there was that one dude who like jumped off a dam somewhere and like his chute failed and like it didn't deploy right, and then he like came back and hit the dam and like skidded all the way down it. And
Not
he
good.
has like a video cam of the whole thing happening. He hits the ground all fucking hard. Like,
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be rough. I mean, you're taking risks.
I mean, you're
though.
playing
with
I mean,
gravity there.
You know what you're dealing with.
Yeah,
going
when
into
when
it.
you're rolling the dice, jumping out of wherever you're jumping off of, you know what the possibilities are.
Depends on what kind of person you are.
I'm
Yeah,
doing
that's
the
true.
scuba.
Yeah, I could go either way, I feel like. But if I had to choose, I think I'll do the base jump.
I would work my way up to scuba someday. You know, I'll just fuck with the little coral area, the little shallow area.
If those are still around.
Right. We've been fucking with that for a while now. But I think the Earth is more resilient than people give it credit for.
Well, it's going to get rid of humanity. Like we're the It's like in the
Sure,
Matrix
it's
when
got
he's
that
talking
ability.
to Morpheus. He's all like, humans are a parasite. You know, you take and you never give back. Agent Smith, Matrix 1.
The best one.
Tremendous.
Way ahead of its time.
It was a great movie. Man, I could go down a whole rabbit hole on like where the world's going to be in 100 years and how concerning that is to me.
I never thought it would be where it's at
I mean,
now.
Istanbul. This
weird shit.
This is on World News. Is in a major drought, and they're going to run out of water in about 45 days. Is what it's saying.
Really?
Yeah. So there's like major water crises around the world. Like there's already droughts around the world. It's happening. I mean, it's 60 degrees today in Colorado, and it's January 13th.
I've been here for 14 years.
Dude, it's global warming's happening.
I've been here for 14
I'm
years, and I've seen
thankful.
60-degree days every January I've lived here.
Really?
It's
I still think
for the
concerning.
move, man, because I was worried about that, man. I didn't want to move in the ice.
Yeah.
I did not want to move in the ice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, who would?
Fuck that.
Yeah, moving in unpleasant conditions, not
Moving
favorable.
in great conditions sucks.
Moving sucks in general. There's no good way to do it unless you hire somebody. And even then it sucks because now
We're
you're
doing it next
forking out a
time,
couple
fuck
$100. You know?
U-Haul will fucking let any business rent their trucks.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. Because the place I dropped it off today was sketch as fuck.
Oh, yeah. Dude, the last place I rented a U-Haul from, they sold snakes or something.
Dude, I
and
felt
guinea pigs.
no, not the snakes, but
They did.
I didn't want to give them the keys to this person. I really didn't. I hate being judgmental, but I was like, usually there's a drop box, but there wasn't a drop box. So I had to give it to the person, and I was like, I don't know if this person's legit or not.
You like take a picture.
It was a
You're
liquor
like, I'm
store.
gonna film this, and you're like, you're like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm filming this.
No, there's a liquor store, and there's fucking just like boxes, empty ass boxes everywhere. It wasn't like I didn't feel good about the situation.
Everything turned out okay.
I called and made sure,
Good.
so I'm hoping so. You know,
That's good.
yeah.
We want any funky business.
got
Yeah.
CYA.
Well,
And
I'll tell you this, guys. We got a word of the week.
word of the week.
We've got a word of the week submission, as always.
Yes.
You know, you guys know the spiel. You can send those word of the week submissions to all social media platforms, DCPC, across the board, Discussion Combustion on Facebook, anywhere you find us. DiscussionCombustion@gmail.com, DiscussionCombustion.com. Join the discussion over there.
They know, Kevin.
They know where to go.
Yes.
And the word of the week, guys, the word of the week is, let's see if we can get it pronounced on the TV. We cannot.
You're gonna have to guess what this means.
I'm not scared.
I don't know how to pronounce it, though, is the
I
problem.
don't have no idea what it is.
How do you?
Is it pugilism?
Here, let me look at it too.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Pugilism?
Pugilism.
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 Pugilism
I
is
have
the word of the
no
week.
idea what that means.
Jesus. You know, I came in confident, but I'm pretty.
Yeah, pugilism.
Pugilism.
This is an interesting submission.
Where'd you
and-
get it from?
This comes from a gentleman by the name of Brent.
Thank you, Brent.
Yeah, Brent, and he is out of Spokane, Washington.
Oh, hell
So
yeah.
thanks, Brent, for sending that in.
From the Northwest.
From that Pacific Northwest.
That's Brent sending in pugilism. What does it mean?
Pugilism,
I don't
guys.
know.
It's a noun.
Okay.
And here's the funny thing is, I this is the first time I ever heard this word. It is the profession or hobby of boxing.
Oh.
So that's kind of interesting.
I
was gonna use it-
in that realm.
I never would have guessed that.
I
in
never
a
would
million
have
years.
either. Because in a sentence, I still wouldn't have guessed it. Well, maybe I wouldn't have. I do not go to displays of pugilism.
Huh.
That wouldn't help us know what that word means.
No.
So definition is the profession or hobby of boxing, pugilism. First time I ever heard that, guys.
I've never heard of that, dude. That's a good one, Brent. Pugilism.
I'm gonna find a way to fit it in the near future somewhere.
Perfect. So thanks, Brent, for sending that in.
So yeah, next time you watch a fight and they're kicking ass in boxing, be like, yeah, that guy practices pugilism.
He does a little pugilism.
There's some good pugilism going on.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a new word for the vocabulary, man. I've never heard that 32 years in this earth.
I like to expand it. I don't like to sound like a dumb fuck all the time.
I sound like a dumb fuck most of the time, but it is good to kind of balance it, out a little bit, I think.
I've come to accept my dumb fuckery, and I've embraced it fully. so it's like now this is part of me, and I'm okay being a little weird, a little off kilter. Maybe the equilibrium leans to the left a little bit, and that's just fine, because when it comes down to it, we are all individuals, and it's like, you want to sit here and judge so hard? Why don't you look in a mirror? Like, you want to have all these judgments? Why don't you look in a mirror and judge that?
Yeah, we're a little fucked up.
Or you can participate in pugilism with me.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't have to get to pugilism status. We can settle this without pugilism,
Maybe.
But you never know.
Oh, gosh. That's just good stuff, man.
That's tremendous.
I love it. So I did. This is a 1 week thing. I'm nerdy. I'm in the Star Wars. This guy right here, this little Bandai Star Destroyer model. This is what reopening So in quarantine, I started building. You know what Gundams are? Like the
I can't say that.
Gundam wings. So either way, I got really into modeling, and this thing kind of started it. And so I've been building models in quarantine. Is there anything that you've picked up during quarantine to like help pass your time by, or anything new that you've kind of focused on with the extra time?
Other than day drinking?
Yes.
Okay.
I think everybody did a little bit of that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I guess I would say it's hard to say because fucking quarantine didn't really affect me that much. It was just business as usual.
You're just doing your own thing.
The plants at the grow still needed to be watered, and there was that was that. Like marijuana is still considered essential. Through and through.
And that's beautiful.
That's amazing.
I'm happy. Yeah, I'd be if I was at Chili's still, I'd be fucked. The restaurant industry got hit hard. So that's really, it's hard to say, but I wish I had picked up fucking exercise and I'd played the guitar a little bit more. I really wish I did those things, but I can't say that I did. Sober October was a very great month for me. I just fucking read like a madman, just read. So, I don't know, I guess I picked up reading,
Nice.
That's good. That's a good thing to pick up.
I read as much as I could.
Keep the mind sharp.
Yeah, I've read a lot more books than I ever did in school since I stopped going to school. So
it's interesting how that how the life progressed. We take for granted some of the things. I don't know. I'm seeing what you're saying though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of practices like, oh, I'm not doing that in school, and then once I'm out of school, you're like wanting to do educate yourself in your own way.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So I believe you're maybe going to talk about dietary stuff. I shouldn't even put it out there. But if you could give humanity one piece of advice to help humans be better tomorrow, what would it be?
Man, I wish I could give you a top 3 or something.
You can.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one of them, not in any particular order, would be try psychedelics, for sure. Give them a try, whether it's acid, mushrooms,
like microdosing.
Yeah, well, no, don't tiptoe around it. Okay,
it's all or nothing.
Yeah,
okay.
give it a try, man. It's not for everybody, I will say, but how will you know till you give it a try? And I think it can do a lot of good for people. So that's one of them.
Okay.
All right, and then I would also say, fucking listen to a little more rock and roll music.
Like 70s rock?
Whatever timeline, as long as it's instruments being played by a few fellas, a few talented fellas.
I like it.
That's one of them, for sure. And, some fucking just sort of generic hippie shit, just be nice to folks, because you never know what the fuck they're going through.
Yeah.
Even if they're being dickish. But, after repeated events, maybe turn it off.
Yeah.
Sure.
Turn the niceness off.
Start with a level, an even level of respect, and they could build or lose on that.
Yeah, don't be a rug.
Yeah.
Don't be a rug for anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Those are good words of advice.
I like it, especially the rock and roll thing. I have done boomers, aka mushrooms, in the
I have too.
past.
Yeah.
And honestly, like at that time in my life, like it kind of changed my. It had an effect on my demeanor after the experience.
Okay.
A positive effect. You know, like to where, like, I don't know how to quite explain it, but almost to where things are more okay. And I would be curious to know, like, you know, you could do an MRI and see how your brain's reacting and stuff. Like,
They have.
I'd be curious to see, like, how my brain was, like, right after that and how I had this new perspective and how that's affected me, you know, to 10 years later or 12 years later to where I'm at now. Because I don't do that anymore. But it's interesting to think about.
Would you again?
You know, I've never done acid. It was only mushrooms.
Okay.
Maybe in a tea in the right environment on an appropriate night.
Sure, the set and setting is 95% of your experience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, my experience wasn't pleasant. A lot of that's because I'm an anxious person to begin with, but I don't know. I don't think I would do it again.
No?
But I have experienced
Was it just once?
Oh, no, I did it a couple times. Some more than, you know, the dosage were a little bit different on each, but
Mushrooms?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I never did LSD or anything along those lines,
It's fun.
as far as I know of. But I'm not opposed to, like, you know, people should do what they want to do.
Yeah.
You know, and that's great advice. Give it a try.
The
You know,
thing,
you never know.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think the thing about some of those bad experiences on those things is you honestly have a lot more to learn about from those experiences. A lot of people go into it with just like, oh, I just want to get fucked up and fucking fuck around, and it's okay to fuck around a little bit, but I think you need to go into those sort of things with a little more purpose and maybe, you know, figure some shit out that needs to get figured out. And some of those bad trips are the biggest learning experiences. It's like, wow, I got some, you know, I got some work to do. So if you can flip it, you know, it's like that was a good experience.
Sure.
You know, you can almost flip it that way, but it's not easy. And fuck, the thing with acid is getting a hold of good acid. That's the struggle, I think, with that for sure. But if you can, that's a fun time.
Sure.
You know? It's very different from mushrooms, but I've had very little bad experiences with that.
Good to know.
Yeah, if I was ever going to do it, I probably will never do acid, but
Clear your schedule for a couple days.
Yeah, you're going on
it's a
vacation
lot
for a
longer.
bit.
Yeah, it's a lot longer. Yeah, it's a lot longer.
I would microdose it and see just how it, like, honestly, that's kind of where I'm at with things other than weed. Like, I do a good amount of that. But,
yeah, all flour, you mix it up.
you know, edibles, flour. I've actually, for the most part, I did the vapes for a little bit.
I'm pissing.
And I stepped away from that.
Take over the
because
board.
It was kind of making my lungs feel a little iffy, like short of breath.
Yeah.
Because it's like an equivalent.
Some of them have bad shit.
Yeah, so I took out those for the most part. Like, I'll, you know, dabble here and there, but
It's cool being in a place where you can mix it up, at least. You know, some people don't have the luxury of, you know.
yeah, because we got dispensaries here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we could try it all.
Yeah, but it's going that way for mostly everybody these days.
Yeah. So, I would say I could count how many times I've done shrooms on one hand, and I had one bad trip where, like, I physically didn't feel well. And during that, though, like, you know, before we started recording, I was telling you how I used to do, like, a lot of music and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I had this beat that I made, and I put it on, and I did this freestyle. Like, I was feeling ill. I was on the couch the whole time. I was like, oh, this is my worst trip. And then like all of a sudden I was like, dude, but I got this freestyle. And so I got up and I did this freestyle, bro, and I put it on one of my albums, one of my old school albums.
This was in the article days.
Yeah, in the article days, and it was a hot freestyle.
Yeah.
And so that's what came out of that bad trip, was actually this lyrical moment that I had where
You made a connection.
yeah, and it was cool stuff, man. I mean, you know, life is too short to say no. You know, I mean, it's okay If you don't want to try everything, that's fine.
Sure.
You know, but life is too short to just be like, you know, that's bad without ever actually, you know, experiencing it. And, you know, obviously decriminalization of shrooms has happened and things like that. I feel like there is some medicinal qualities and it can help people. And it's a new frontier in medicine. And that's something that I feel like is worth exploring.
Have you, I mean, there's been research done on some of the medicinal qualities of it, a couple of them. Have you read into any of that? Or
I've heard, you know, that there's been some impacts on people with like depression, anxiety issues.
Yeah.
That some of the
in certain levels.
Yeah. And microdoses, or, you know, can have a positive effect on people that deal with stress, anxiety, depression. But, you know, those are studies that I've read. I can't say I've experienced that personally because I haven't experienced with it enough, but I'm sure there is. And I think the only way for us to truly see what those medical benefits are is to go through the decriminalization process, just like we did with marijuana when it became medically. You know, essentially that was the decriminalization side of it. Then we learn more about what it can do for people in the medicinal end. I think there is medicinal uses to it.
I agree. One of the big ones is PTSD for folks who've gone through traumatic events and, you know, like soldiers. A gentleman I knew was a Vietnam vet, and mushrooms were one of the only things to fucking make him feel any sort of good. You know, it increased his quality of life, you know, and after being a Vietnam vet and the horrible shit over there.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah. And so his personal experiences with it, because I'm sure he probably experimented with other things, alcohol, marijuana. Sure. He's like, yeah, man, that didn't cut it. Mushrooms or LSD?
Mushrooms, as far as I know. I haven't heard any of his LSD experiences.
And what did he say?
I can tell you only about my LSD experiences.
Sure.
For sure.
Yeah, because I've heard a lot of different stories of people that have been on it, and some of them sound a lot of fun. Some people have had some horror stories. Yeah. That's one of those things that's going to affect everybody differently. Not everybody likes the way alcohol treats them, marijuana, what have you.
It's the same thing. Alcohol affects people differently.
It does.
Some people are total asses on alcohol.
Yeah, you're right. It's definitely enlightens or enhances, I should say, one's personality. So whatever trait that is most dominant, they say alcohol amplifies that. So if they're already a dickhead, it's going to be 10 times worse.
You're right.
But it's probably contingent. So your friend that had the PTSD, he did a little bit of shrooms, and did he describe, you know, what it alleviated as far as anything?
Well, all I know mostly is the experience that he had was that it was mostly just laughter, you know?
So he felt good. He
just couldn't stop laughing.
It got rid of that terrible nagging PTSD feeling.
Yeah, I think laughter can do a lot for you, and you know that's exactly how it was for him, and it was good to hear that, you know, because I think a lot of people's bad experiences come from the physical effects of it, like you were saying earlier. It's a hard on your body sometimes. It could be nauseating. I've puked multiple times and had multiple bad physical experiences with it, but it depends if you have some fresh shrooms, you know, they're fresh enough, they're fucking gonna be less nauseating on you. And the ones that this guy had were much less nauseating.
Okay.
And he had a wonderful experience as far as I can know. Of course, I wasn't there, but, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes back to why I kind of support the decriminalization and regulation of a lot of substances.
Sure.
You know, I think that there is some good that can come out of it, and people's personal choice, their personal freedom and liberty should not be infringed upon.
Yeah, I think drug tests are pretty predatory of your privacy, unfortunately.
I think it's contingent on what it is, because I do hear you on that, and I can go both ways.
Yeah.
You know, I think you should be able to have your fun, absolutely.
Well, it's not testing for, you know, what you're on when you're on the job. It's what you're testing for when you're in the privacy of
your free time,
in your free time, you know.
Yeah, Doug Stanhope
and especially with cannabis, because that stays in your
for so long,
a long time.
For so long,
it's bullshit, you know. It's like I haven't been high in weeks, but that joint I smoked is still there, so I can't get this job, and it's messed up. But,
yeah.
You know, and then other shit, way worse, more detrimental shit is out of your system in 48
Super
hours,
fast.
24 hours.
Schedule 1 cocaine, things of that nature.
Way worse, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. There definitely needs to be some reform when it comes down. I think a lot of companies are starting to. I think it was Utah. Utah was one of the first states of all states to say we're not going to be testing for THC anymore on the employment screenings. But if it's a private company, they can pretty much tell you to fuck off in any which way they want. If they don't like the way.
Do you think that maybe they should do it differently? Like maybe if they fuck up, drug test them. You know, maybe wait until that happens.
Yeah. See, I do agree with that because. Obviously, you can do things off clock and then doesn't affect your performance.
Some people do it on the clock and are great. I've been high, you know, the whole last 5 years basically. So,
but you work in cannabis.
Sure,
so,
but it's still hard work. You still got to know what you're doing.
I used to sell whips, sell cars. But I would blaze.
While
I was selling cars. But then to get that smell off me, I would like. Have a couple drags off a cigarette to try to like cloud it with that. But it really depends. Like, how's your work performance? That's a self-assessment, and it's like Kevin says, and like how we know corporations are private companies, they can choose to do whatever they want. But that's your own personal assessment. Like if you don't perform well under certain things, then you shouldn't do that. But if it's it varies.
It does vary. It's person to person too. I mean, I obviously I love having some drinks. I drink a lot. One thing I haven't done is been impaired on the job.
Totally.
And I have no problem with if that's what people want to do and they're good at it, that's fine. That's their choice. For me, it doesn't work. I need to be in the here and there, clear-minded. I believe in 40 hours of sobriety a week. I can give you that. The 40 hours of sobriety. The rest of the time.
So why? Sorry, did I cut you?
No, you're good.
Okay. So I know that marijuana kind of helps me stay more calm, and sometimes it helps me not overthink and get so anxious about stuff. Like it kind of slows me down a little bit, which I need. I think that's, for the right person, okay to have a little bit while you're working, but I don't think it's okay to have any booze while you're working. Like I wonder why I have that skewed. Then that could be skewed. Like I'll straight up say like my perspective could be skewed there because of what I use.
Well, I mean, the fact remains that as much as we want to advocate for it, and I'm all in favor of it, let's make it all legal. Any mind-altering substance, I think, is going to pose a threat to work performance. They say don't operate, don't take this and operate heavy machinery, drive cars. There's a reason why, we have DUIs in place. Don't be high when you drive, things like that. No matter who, every individual is different, the tolerance level.
Being clear-headed is the sure bet.
Yeah, right.
True.
Yeah.
Some people can drink 8-10 beers and drive a car just fine. They could probably drive better than someone sober.
No lie.
The next guy can't. So I guess we got to draw the line in the sand somewhere. Yes, I think it should all be readily available, and we should be able to access it and make our decisions in our own time. But it does become a fine line when you talk about drug testing and infringing on what people do on the weekends. Like Doug Stanhope said in his set, well, we're not enough fun for you here at the Verizon Wireless family. You have to toke up with your buddies on a Saturday. That's your choice. You're on your time,
Yeah.
Wait, is this the Verizon Wireless like CEO or whatever? COO?
I'm not throwing Verizon under the bus. I'm just quoting what Stanhope said.
Fuck them.
That's kind of funny. Dude, I worked at a call center like for one of the TV companies, and that was the most life-sucking job I ever did. Like you would go there. Like if you were a minute late, then your like commissions would get messed up.
So it was off commission, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Commissions are the fucking worst, man.
I mean, I like to sell. Like selling's fun, and commissions
depends on what you're selling.
Yeah,
exactly,
and how good you are at it.
Do you ever do it?
Yeah, I've been in sales for the last 5 years.
That's right.
And I don't. But the difference with what I do with what Art did selling cars is, here's the quota: you need to sell X amount to keep your stay here. Whereas us, it's a little bit different. The product already kind of sells itself. We're just more of the middleman, liaison of we're selling it to you.
Like how much you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
So the quota-driven sales for me has always been an area I never wanted to be in. We need you to do this in order to keep your position. I don't like that. I don't think it's an effective way. Now
it wasn't. I was super stressed out.
Yeah, it's a very stressful job.
I only had 90 days of job security at a time.
Jeez,
that's not
super
secure.
Stressful.
I didn't. It was my first job. Was for commission. It was the kitchen knives. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it go well?
For like 3 months, the first couple months probably it went well, because all your family members are supportive of you.
True.
They buy some shit here and there. And,
right.
Yeah, and then after that fizzles out, you're on the hook,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that was, some people are good at it for sure, but it wasn't for me.
You have to be slightly soulless to be in sales. When I was selling TV, I lost part of my soul, and I've never gotten that piece back. Like, I swear, like
you really got to like what you're selling.
Yeah,
You got to be behind the product.
yeah, or else, like, dude.
I mean, these kitchen knives were good. I'm not gonna lie. I have some still, and they're fucking great. But they were way overpriced, and it's like, fuck that, you know. Like, I'm not trying to sell these to these people.
Sure. Yeah, it's tough to get behind something you're not passionate about, you know?
Yeah.
For me, it's tough to do because I have a hard time. I mean, I don't know. Being a salesman, you kind of have to groom yourself to present the product in a specific way. But if you're not behind that product, it's difficult to do.
It takes away your soul.
It's very difficult to do.
To try to convince somebody that it's like, this is what you need right now, but you don't even believe in it.
But
You're
that's
like being fake.
That's the problem with commission quota driven sales. You don't see the same I mean, I don't want to say you don't see the same productivity, but the authenticity of the sale and the salesperson is a very different. You know, when you deal with a salesperson that maybe is a salary, hourly plus commission based, it's a different interaction.
Sure, you get to the next levels.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sales is fun.
Can be.
I'm in my first non-sales position in 12 years, and it took me a while to like dial it in. And now that I do have it's so nice just not having to worry. Like, I just show up, and yeah, sometimes my workload is a lot, sometimes it's not, but it's nice to just not have to worry about, you know, job security and things like that. But
Definitely.
I don't know, man. You know, there's sales and everything, there's customer service and everything. Like, honestly, everything ties into every interaction. Every part of interaction has a little bit of everything in it, you know? If you're a good salesperson, you're also good at customer service.
But interaction is getting less and less these days, you know.
It
Everything you can do everything from phone.
Good
you
point.
know, fucking without even seeing somebody face to face.
That's
You know,
that's
a
where
lot
we're
of shit.
headed.
A lot like doctor shit. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. You're doing
Yeah.
Zoom meetings or FaceTime with a doctor. Here's my symptoms. Oh, well, we'll send you this prescription, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's just the world we live in now.
It's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
It's convenient, but it's also
I like the
concerning.
convenience because I'm a victim of the convenience.
Oh, I am
man.
too.
I fucking love it, but
I will pay for
it's-
convenience.
Yeah, exactly, man. If this is gonna be a less shitty experience, I'll pay for it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, a couple bucks here, $10 there,
I'll
whatever.
do it, man.
Fuck it.
I knew I was gonna have a problem with that when I started taking the toll road instead of taking the long way.
It's dangerous.
I'm not sitting at 3 stoplights if I can not sit at stoplights for $2.40. You know, that's where it started for me. And then DoorDash happened. That became another addiction.
Yep.
You know, now they do alcohol delivery. Did it for the first time the other night.
Well,
First
everything,
time.
man.
I can't remember the
groceries.
rhyme for it. Ordering Argonaut. And got me more gone than an astronaut. Gone. Like, dude, I did that for like an hour. I had this whole fucking thing about ordering Argonaut and being more gone than an astronaut and shit, because we were fucking drinking Crown Royal and Coke and fucking banquets. Dude,
There
we
you go.
drank so much in the beginning of quarantine. It was... we went through 5 of the big handles of Crown in like
At least you were drinking
several
good whiskey.
months.
Yikes.
Yeah, dude, it was... yeah, that was a time. Argonaut. Thank you for letting me drink my sorrows.
Nice.
And charging me extra.
Oh, dude, I just did it for the first night the other night because I got a buddy. It was like a referral thing. It's like if you refer a friend, they get $5 off the order. And then because it was my first time using the app, I think it was Drizzly,
Okay.
free plug for you guys. Then I got a free delivery on the first purchase. So now I had beer delivered to my house cheaper than what if I could have gotten in my car and drove to the liquor store and buy it.
Totally
Yeah.
worth it.
So that was
We're all
a
gonna-
one and done for me
yeah,
though.
Man, we're all gonna be the Wally fat fucks in like 10 years, you know?
Yeah, we are. There's no question.
Legit.
Laziness will always sell in this country. When I watch Shark Tank and, you know, these guys are pitching these ideas, anything that's going to promote people to be not necessarily less productive, more convenient and promote laziness, it's an incredible idea.
Well, we got to break that chain. It's up to us. Like...
How are we gonna do it?
Is it ever gonna come back the other way?
I think you can do it by eating healthy, at least.
Yeah.
You know, at least eating healthy. You know, at least know what's going into your body.
That's a good start.
And positive motivation. Like,
Yeah.
we need to have voices out there and people who are willing to tell other people, like, look, the lazy way is the cut in the corner way. And guess what cutting the corner does? That's like jumping up a staircase. You're going to slip and fall on your ass and end up on the floor again where you started. You have to take the proper steps. You know, so laziness is like cutting corners to me. And I don't know. I've been kind of on my own stuff. I've been very critical about myself recently. And like I call myself out when I know I'm cutting a corner. Like, okay, I finished eating dinner. Do I just leave the plate there, or do I not be lazy and just put it in the fucking dishwasher?
Sometimes the power of the negative reinforcement can, you know, be a use.
Yeah, so
you'd be like, do it.
I don't know, man. We got to break the cycle of the easy, simple way.
Yeah, and there's no simple way to do that. I mean, it's different person to person and scenario to scenario. You know, it's easy to get complacent and used to our day-to-day routine and lifestyle. It's hard to want to change your ways. That's the thing. You got to want to change it. If you're content with what you're doing, you're not going to want to make any changes. You know, so it just comes down to the individual, I feel like.
So how do, I mean, because it's good to have contentment, right? It's good to have that playing field of contentment, but also
it's like a safety bubble.
But how do you be content with constantly pursuing growth, but at the same time recognizing your achievements? Like I feel like within there somewhere that's where people can really find strength is being content with what they have while working to get better, but also appreciating what you have achieved. Like and within, if we could all get into a mentality like that, I don't know what that fixes, but I feel like we may be a lot nicer to ourselves and to people around us.
We could hope.
There's a lot of factors involved. I think social media is a big one.
It's the biggest. That's probably the thing we talk about most. I mean, we spent 45 minutes last week talking about.
Yeah, I mean, obviously for the podcast reasons, but personally, are you on all of them?
There's a presence on there, but I just don't. I can't do it personally. Obviously it's huge for the podcast, but I don't post my personal shit on there, and I don't like to look at other people's personal stuff. I see it through the podcast pages, or we see it.
It gets real personal.
It does. It's just we talked about this in great detail last week with Mike Patchen. It truly is the biggest poison of the last decade, I feel like.
Yeah. I dwindled down to one, and I can feel the difference in my lifestyle for sure, because there's like 5 of them, 6 of them. It's endless at this point, but
yeah.
You dwindle it down. It's good. Fuck Facebook, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them all. Honestly, good for them for being out there, but fuck them. I don't like the nonsense that it brings.
Yeah, people are like, oh, well, my family's on Facebook. It's like, fucking, you have a phone number.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm almost wondering.
Don't we all have phone numbers still?
Yeah.
I thought we did, right?
Honestly, like those phone calls are awkward nowadays. Like
well, you could text, right?
No, but that's the thing is it's only awkward because it's not common nowadays to actually just. I mean, what you did to come here on a whim's notice and come sit down and talk with 2 strangers face to face and have it record, like, dude, that's brave on today's standards.
It's old school for sure.
And that's old school. And
thank you guys.
It's noticed by us.
I'm very happy to be here. Like, honestly,
dude, and that's the thing. Like, this is an art that is being lost. Is just connecting with people, sitting down, and relating. And you can do that on a phone call. Of course, it's more personal in person, but with COVID, like, we have to take our precautions. But
totally.
But on a phone call, it's only awkward, I feel like, because people are so out of it. Like, we need to normalize talking to people.
People have lost touch. Even with Zoom, it still has that barrier. Yeah, it's nice that people connect you through Skype, FaceTime, Zoom. It's a good tool, but it's still a barrier.
That, and like, there's a lot of shit slipping through the cracks, man. Like, people are getting hired without meeting face to face, and people are graduating schools and getting degrees without leaving their couch, and
it's amazing.
It's a weird time, and this is all our future, and I'm very anxious about the education of America.
Yeah, I think it's something to be anxious about. Now. Yeah.
Well, in the system. I mean,
well, before all this shit, it was fucked, but it's extra fucked. You're right.
It's even more fucked now. The productivity level has significantly decreased, and the ambition has decreased because everyone's